Locators have been the bane of an automation tester's existence for multiple decades now. Why? Because they break a lot, and it's pretty hard to explain to other people what exactly is wrong. So words like brittle and flaky are used to describe that your automation isn't working. This constant breaking is not a minor annoyance. It's an extremely heavy load on your QA team. You're literally losing weeks every quarter chasing down flaky tests that you can't trust. Real killer here is non-determinism, because you're sitting there trying to determine whether a test failure is just flaky tests or it's actually a bug, and you're spending enormous amounts of time trying to triage this and figure out what's actually broken. So let's start from the beginning. What are locators? Say you're trying to press the shiny red button in the center of an application. The test automation system needs to be able to locate or identify where on the screen the shiny red button is. So then the automation systems created something called a locator, specifically for web applications, where the element would be identified on the screen. So rather than hunting based off of the XY coordinate, it's actually looking at the HTML and identifying the actual element. Really simple. You had an ID. It worked extremely well. Unfortunately, web applications evolved and dynamic HTML and iframes came along that required even more complex locators to be created, and ended up with the mess that we have today, where a human brain is needed to look at the locator and basically go through a triage list of ways to try to fix the locator. And some of the options for particularly the dynamic scenarios are inherently flaky. A solution that a human can do, but it means that they're spending time sitting there mulling over it, trying it out. Effectively, your maintenance cost just keeps going up because cost is basically time. And it's the automation tester's time that is getting burnt. Along comes Playwright and Cloud or ChatGPT or Gemini, whatever flavor of LLM that you like, and things became better. They are super cool. Playwright is especially good at timeouts and using them effectively. And if you have a test that's broken and you have the HTML that was broken and the error code that came back, just take that information, slap it into an LLM, and it does a pretty good job in coming back with a suggestion for a replacement locator. The good news is that Playwright plus LLM gets you to about 70% fix of locators very, very quickly. The bad news is the other 30% is left, and that is actually where the much harder work comes. And the time spent is inordinately higher in the remaining 30% because you have to oftentimes creatively come up with a solution for making your locator work. So the LLM step is really great, but it's a one-shot solution. Like I mentioned before, what you do is you grab the HTML, you grab the error code information from the debug logs, and you send it to the LLM. The problem is that in a single shot LLM, there is no context, there is no persistence, there is no awareness of anything other than the two inputs that I described, a prompt, an HTML, and an error code, and that's it. And based off of that, you get to the 70% number for solving locator problems in addition to the Playwright capabilities. Since you're left with a guess, a pretty good guess, but it's a guess nonetheless. And then what happens is most of the time your automation team takes the remaining locators and adds timeouts. And that results in brittle code, which kind of was the whole problem that we started off with. So what did we do? We basically built AiScriptBuddy by taking the core of Playwright and an LLM, in our case it's Gemini, and we started building on top of it. But to go above the 70% mark for locators, we layered in a number of technologies that really take it much higher. On top of this base, we added learning, we added context, we added persistence, and we added Webomates patents in AI healing to create a truly significant system for reducing maintenance and specifically locators. In the latest structured validation that we've carried out on a low complexity application, we were able to fix 96% of the locators, 80% at generation time, and 16% with AiScriptBuddy, which is pretty spectacular. So now we're trying out more complex applications and we're looking for your help to do the same thing. Take your own application and try the combination of the generation and the AiScriptBuddy and see how much of your maintenance can be done. You can take the code straight out. There is no block or lock-in with the system and it's completely free. Try out AiScriptBuddy. It's twice the AI